Hi, it's Ken Ham here, President of Anson Genesis, the Creation Museum, and the Ark Encounter. And this is October 22nd, and we're right here at the bow of the Ark Encounter. Actually, this is a special day for a number of reasons, but this was my father's birthday, and he passed away 21 years ago, but 22 years ago actually, and he would have been 88 today. My mother is still living in Australia, and she turns 89 in February actually. So this is on my father's birthday, and we have a very special guest with us, an Indy race car driver, Conor Daly. Hi, Conor.
Good to see you again.
And yeah, the last time we were actually at the Indy 500, and actually watching the race there, and saw you there getting ready and preparation in the car, and we have a Indy car right here. Actually, you know, I thought would be good to do right at the start. I mean, you hop in this car and I look at those cars racing around the circuit and so on, and here we have it parked at the bow of the Ark. So to give people a perspective, how about we walk away from the bow, and as we walk away, let's see if we can see the car there, and we'll walk back here and start to realize it'll be a little bit different piloting that ship, wouldn't it, than the car?
Well, I think we could probably have our own race inside of the Ark.
Inside of the Ark, to race up each.
So that'll be it's pretty cool to see, though. It's I mean, it's an incredible sight as usual. I mean, I was excited to see it for the first time. Now it's the second time I've been here. And yeah, I mean, it puts it in perspective when you see what I climb into, and then what all the animals in Noah and everyone had to climb into in the Ark.
But this car goes a lot faster than the Ark will go.
A little bit faster.
It just needed to sit there and float and not really go anywhere. So
mine's required to go fast.
Yours are required to go fast. Let me ask our videographer, could you get that perspective there okay? They see that? Well, that's great. And hey, if you have any answers for Conor, if you want to talk to an Indy race car driver, here is your opportunity. So we'll walk back to the car over here, and I got a card here to make sure I get all this right. You know, I
hey, it's all right.
Want to make sure that I understand all this. Now, you've completed in 3 IndyCar races.
Indianapolis 500.
Indianapolis 500.
Yep. And so us for
I got to get the terminology right. You're going to have to teach me this.
So our Indianapolis 500 is like our Super Bowl. It's like our NBA championship, and that happens right in the middle of our season as well. So this was my first full year in the Verizon IndyCar Series, and I had competed in only the Indy 500 twice before as my only race, but now I'm a full-time driver in the series, and it's been a lot of fun.
You've been racing all across America?
All across America and in Canada as well. So we have quite a busy summer and busy season.
And you've been in the top 6 a number of times?
Yeah, we've had a good year this year. We had like 5 or 6 top 6 finishes. Almost had a couple more. We had some failures every now and then, which is part of racing. But you know, we got on the podium in Detroit and finished 2nd, which was a lot of fun.
Second, that was good.
Yeah, we had a fun year. So was really lucky to be there, and just happy to be able to you know, just race full time and enjoy it.
Oh, that is really great, and
it was great to have you guys as a part of it too. You guys are a big part of the old Indy 500.
Yeah, we actually we have a card here. If people want to get your autograph on this, it's a card showing a picture of you sitting in the car with the Ark logo.
Yes, indeed.
Right on there, and it was fun to interview you right before that particular race.
Yeah, it was cool having you guys there for sure.
So the people that are here today will be able to get that card.
Absolutely.
So we're going to find out from Jeremy if we have any questions from people.
Yeah, we have a number of questions.
Number of questions? Okay, so feel free. This is your opportunity to talk to an Indy car driver. And hey, we have someone else here too, don't we?
Oh yeah, we have Doug Bowles.
Yeah, where is he?
President of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as well. I don't know where he went.
There he is over there. The president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yep.
Really? Hey.
So
actually,
our home of speed.
I knew that because I've met him before. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Ken. Good to see you.
So you're actually president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
I am president of Speedway, which is sort of the world's largest sporting venue. But this is really impressive how big this is. I was just standing back there just gawking at it. You know, you read about it and you read about what Noah did, but until you see this, I mean, you knew it was big, right, to get animals in it. But this is huge.
I know I've had people here, some of the leaders in the community here in northern Kentucky. I remember one of them, when he walked up the Ark, he said, I never realized this was so big. And then he looked at me and said, maybe Noah could have fitted all the animals on board.
Yeah.
Once you see the size. But
well, I think kids collect all the Noah things when they're kids that are small, and they have a handful of animals. So in our mind, we think, oh, that's the Ark. And then when you come and you've built it to scale, it's really impressive.
So when you think Indy 500, you think big race, and when you come here, you think big ship, right?
Yeah. Big boats.
Absolutely.
So what do you think of this guy?
Well, I think he's really talented, which is what we like. He's an American kid. He grew up in the shadows of the Speedway, so in Indianapolis and at the 500, people love Conor Daly when he shows up. But he's been trained up the right way, and he has that walk that's important for all of us. And the things that you guys are doing here and the stories you're telling are things that Conor's heard and studied and has in his heart and had it his whole life.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Well, listen, while you're here too, Jeremy, what questions do we have?
Related to what he was talking about, people want to know about his faith, his background in that.
Yeah, so I went to Heritage Christian School, K through 12, my whole life, and I grew up in a good Christian home, and I'm thankful for the parents that I have, because they instilled the values in me, that's just that I'm proud of, that you can be proud of, and I obviously learned about Noah from a very young age and the Ark, and it was just such a cool deal to be here and to be involved with this whole program, because the goal is to just make people aware, spread the word. Let's bring people here and enjoy the exhibits, but also enjoy the message that it brings as well.
Right. Exactly. And Doug, do you want to comment on that? Or?
No, I think that's the hard part in this world is we're all out trying to chase a dream, and his dream is to run full time as an IndyCar driver and win the Indianapolis 500. But we're in these places. I'm in the job I'm in, and he's where he is. A lot of the things we prepared for, but really it's God that's put us here, and we can't continue to. You don't want to forget that, even when it's easy to in the world today. And
exactly.
and it's things like this, reminders like this, that somebody could actually build this out of obedience to God, and it's pretty impressive.
Well, Jeremy.
So a related question: are there a lot of driver believers?
Are there a lot of driver believers?
Well, I'd like to say yes, because what we do is a very dangerous sport. So we have an IndyCar ministry as well. We have pastors, people there every weekend for us on Sunday mornings. We race on Sunday, right? So we're obviously a little bit busy on Sunday, but we have early morning services at the track. And I think a lot of drivers these days are realizing how important it is to have faith in God and have a good belief system, because of what we do is so dangerous, and we've got to be prepared. We've got to be always thinking about our faith and about kind of what's really more important than just racing.
Right, exactly. And in fact, it's a reminder to everybody that everyone faces death.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless, everyone faces death one day.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you're in a dangerous race like that, you think, could it be today? And
exactly. Yeah.
It's a reminder to people, that's for sure, to make sure they have their lives right.
Absolutely.
With the Lord. So, other questions, Jeremy?
So can an everyday person drive a car, or is there some training behind it?
Can an everyday person? Oh, you just jumped in and drove. You didn't need any training, right?
I just found it at the supermarket. No, right outside the Ark. No, I mean, I started racing when I was 10, so I'm 24 now, and you start in go-karts. It's like any other sport. If you're going to play football, you usually play in middle school, you play in high school, you play 4 years at college, and then after about 10 years, you're probably in the pros. So it's the same thing for racing. We have different levels, different steps that we go through. Smaller race cars into slightly bigger cars, and then into the big 240 mile an hour Indy cars at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So it's a long road to the top, but it's really worth it if you can push through and make it.
So let me ask Doug here. Okay, so 2 days ago I turned 65. Is it a bit late for me to start?
It's never too late to start. And Conor's right. There is a lot of training that goes to it. But you and I could go out and learn to do about 90% of what Conor and the people at his level do. The rest of it's a gift. I mean, it is a talent that's a God-given gift that those folks have that we don't. So we could probably run 200 miles an hour, but then when you start going faster and faster, you literally have a car on the edge, and it's a feel, and it's the ability to communicate to an engineer subtle changes, half a pound of tire pressure in one tire versus the others, that actually can change the way the car so they can drive it, and it really is a gift that they have. But you could get in a race car and run. I don't know that you're going to get to this level, or am I going to get to this level?
I don't have that gift. Actually, what I was thinking as you're speaking, I think I'll stick to my gift of teaching, because that's what the Lord called me to do, and you stick to your gift of racing.
I'm enjoying it so far.
That's what you do.
And the funny thing is, as well, also, is like with a lot of other sports, you can go pick up a football, you can go pick up a basketball, you can go pick up a baseball bat, and like sort of, give it a shot. With this, it's so difficult for people to understand sometimes because you can't necessarily just get in and go, right? Like we have 2-seater rides, which is actually probably the best feeling you can get when we do a 2-seat IndyCar ride at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But still, it's never like, there's only very few people who really get to experience the feeling, the adrenaline, the mental focus that you're having to put out at 240 miles an hour with 32 other guys around you, all trying to go for the same prize. So that's what's kind of that's what we try and we try and give the information as detailed as we can, because then it makes people think, wow, this is way different than what we expected.
Excellent. Jeremy?
So why car racing?
Why car racing?
Yeah. Well,
why not truck
question.
racing?
I know, yeah.
Boat racing.
Yeah.
Or,
Well, it's in the family. My dad used to race Formula One and IndyCar back in the day, and so it was always in the family. My mom raced jet skis, and Doug here ran a race team. So I had it all around me growing up. So it was just all about racing for me. And I tried to play every other sport. Played football, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, but racing was it for me.
So you think he'll succeed at this?
Absolutely, I think
he's already succeeded.
Yeah, and he just came off a tremendous year. Really, his first full season in IndyCar, his third time to run the Indy 500. Led a bunch of races, had a bunch of races where he was really close to winning. So he's right on the cusp of really establishing himself as one of our longtime superstars. And the idea that he's from Indy and right where the Indianapolis 500 is, I think is something that will help him as he goes forward. Really has a passion for our sport.
So when he gets to be super famous, we can go back and replay this. Here he was at the Ark.
I'll still come down and hang out.
You still come down and hang out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
I think my fastest speed at Indy, like top speed, was probably 242 miles an hour. I think.
And you told me before we could probably do 200. That's another.
It's another 42 miles an hour that really pushes you.
That's where you got to have the gift, right?
Yeah. It's a crazy thing when you're going that fast. I mean, it's like another dimension almost.
I wonder how fast Noah's Ark went. Probably 3-4 knots
Tide
or
might have
something
been strong. Yeah.
Just sit there in the ocean. So
does racing take much of a toll on your body, and how long does it take to recover?
Does racing take much of a toll on your body, and how long does it take to recover?
So that's another common misconception, right? It looks like we're just sitting in there and just steering the car, right? It's very simple, but racing is actually a sport that is only competitive cyclists have higher sustained heart rates for as long of a period of time. So we're out there racing for 2 to 3 hours, and our heart rate's always above 160, 170 beats per minute. So it's a constant fight against these cars. We don't have power steering, so it's very physical to drive. And there are many races on the street courses, because we have ovals, which are just big circles, but we've also got road and street circuits as well. And many times my hands have been bleeding afterwards. You blister up all over your hands, and just everything about it is a total battle. So that's why
I would not have known that. That's something new for me to know.
Yep.
So do you have to work out ahead of time and keep yourself really fit?
We're training. A lot of the drivers are triathletes as well. We train every day.
So you could run for Mr. Universe?
I don't know if I could. I'm not a big runner, but we're I definitely think we're fitter than most people think. Yeah. So it's definitely a challenge to get out there. And I mean, by the end of each race, you've literally put your entire physicality on the line, your mental state, everything has just been totally drained by the end of the race.
So, Jeremy?
So do your close family or friends get nervous about you racing?
Oh, do your close family or friends? Oh, let me ask Doug. Do you get nervous about him racing?
Fortunately, I'm the president of the Speedway, right? So I have a job to run. So I can watch the start, and then I have something else to focus on. But Conor's mom, she's pretty passionate about it, and she does worry about it. Although she will tell you she worries more about him having a long-time job than she does about his safety in an IndyCar.
Yeah. So
she definitely goes. She shouts a lot.
So how long can you do this for?
I mean, I'd love to do it as long as I can. I mean, most IndyCar careers, they go till about 40 years old, 42 maybe, and then there's other forms of racing as well you can compete in for even longer. So, hopefully do this for as long as possible.
For the rest of your life, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even at my age.
Well, no matter what, I'll be involved, right? Whether it's doing TV or something like that, who knows?
So people want to see the car more. So can we?
People want to see the car more. Yeah. Con, do you want to come over here? Do you want to explain a little bit about the car?
So basically,
And I'll
this
tell you,
is
while
our.
you're doing that, let me just hang on 1 second here.
Okay.
If any of the people here want to come and ask a question of Conor, if you want to come over and stand here and we can ask a question on Facebook Live.
Yep.
And
Sure.
if you've got a question for him. So we're going to explain about the car.
Yeah, sure. You want me to? I can take it if you want. So basically, this is a show car. It's not the real car, but it has everything that is on the real car. And for us, this is what we have in an oval configuration. So our cars run different wings and aerodynamic packages for ovals and road courses. For road courses, we have bigger wings, more downforce. But for an oval, we're obviously running more trim, more sleek, and just kind of slipstream, everything about aero efficiency for us on the oval, because we're trying to go as fast as we can. But these cars have around 750 horsepower. We generate around 6,000 pounds of downforce on the road courses and the street circuits. And when we're doing this, when we're at some of the tracks, the highest G load, some people will be familiar with G forces and what you feel when you're going around a turn, but we do about 6.2 Gs at a track called Phoenix in Phoenix. At the Indianapolis 500, we'll do around 3.5 Gs every turn. Under braking, we'll do 3-4 Gs, so a lot of load on the body. But again, all of this is just for designed for speed. We're trying to streamline the car and get as little drag, high speed, low drag. Essentially, is the philosophy behind it. So that's about all I've got, I guess.
Hey, Conor, we got a little fan here. Do you want to come over here?
What's up, buddy?
And I think if you come over closer, so.
Oh yeah, sweet. What's up, buddy?
Put the microphone over here.
What's your question?
He said, what's the hardest thing about racing, and what's the thing you love the most about racing?
Okay, what is the hardest thing, and what do I love? Well, I love the speed. I'm a big fan of the competition, the speed. We're going so fast, so that's a lot of fun. But the hardest thing is just making no mistakes. If you make a mistake, you pay a big price, right? So you could crash. The crashes are big, so making no mistakes is very difficult. But it's a lot of fun if you can get through without it.
So you want to come over race?
Do you want to be a race car driver?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a question over here?
Sweet.
You want to come over here?
Thanks.
Ask it into the microphone.
Yeah,
here.
come on in.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
What did it feel like when you were debating Bill Nye?
What did it feel like when I was debating Bill Nye?
You want to take the mic?
Well, I sort of felt like Conor when he's in the car there, and your heart
adrenaline
beats.
rush,
Yeah, adrenaline rush, and your heart beats up, and you want to do what's right, and you don't want to make any mistakes. And actually, for me, it was an obligation before the Lord. I want to do the best I can, and hear so that He can hear the gospel. That was really, really what I was thinking the whole time. I want to do the best I can before the Lord, because I'm there representing, in a way, Christianity to the world. So that made me very just humbled to think of the awesome responsibility, but very nervous too. So, okay. You got questions?
I have another question for you. So how many years in the making has this been an idea of yours?
Oh, the Ark, how many? It goes back 4,300 years. That's when Noah built the Ark. It's over the years, many people have really tried to understand the size of the Ark. And so even in my Australia days, 40 odd years ago, we think about how can we represent the size of the Ark, and people over the years have often said, how about building an Ark, or wouldn't it be great to see an Ark? And so we've tried various ways of using balloons, helium balloons, and all sorts of things. And then when we were building the Creation Museum, we said, what's our next project going to be? Well, of course, many people have asked about building an Ark. How about we build an Ark? So it really goes back to 2004 when we really decided to do that.
That's
So,
cool. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you got a question?
Yeah. How much did this cost?
How much did the Ark cost?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we've spent right now. We spent about $120 million on it. How much would a car cost?
Well, our budget for the year is about $5 million.
About $5 million. So it's cheaper to build in Indy a race car than it is to build an Ark. How about that?
Yes, it is. Man.
All right. Another question.
What's your favorite racetrack?
What's your
favorite racetrack. Probably. Well, I love the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I have to. That's my home track, so I have to sort of say that. But there's also a track in Belgium called Spa-Francorchamps, which is one of my favorite tracks that I raced at in Europe when I was 18 to 21. So that was fun.
Yeah.
How do you prep your body for the G's, or do you prep your body for the G's with the turns and all that?
Oh, it's just all about training, right? It's all about being prepared. The more prepared you are, the better. The more ready you'll be. So
you don't get in one of those machines like the astronauts do and spin around.
No. We're at the gym literally every day before the events, and a lot of drivers bring their own trainers to the track as well to make sure we're all physically prepped. Obviously warm up is very important before you get into the car. But yeah, it's one of those things that we also just get used to. Your body gets used to it because this is what we've been doing for 10 years, right? Every year we sort of up the G load, and your body's sort of already used to it, which is nice.
So,
do the tires have much tread, and how do they stay on course with the turns and all that?
So these tires are exactly what we would run on the race car. So we run slick tires, no tread. Only when we run in the rain. We run in the rain on road and street courses. We don't run in the rain on ovals. But when we do run in the rain, we do have a treaded tire. But yeah, the tires are super grippy. It's a Firestone tire. They have a lot more grip than you would think, even though they have no tread. So they, the whole surface of the tire is what we're trying to use efficiently. We measure the heat of each part of the tire. The tire pressure is very important, even in your everyday car. But for us, it's of maximum importance, because if you can make the tires work better than anyone else, you're going to go faster than anyone else.
So what we might do is, if any of you would like Conor to sign a card, and you want a card here, if you come over here, we'll get him to autograph them over here.
Sweet.
So you can sit down, and I think I've already autographed some of them too. So, by the way, I'll need one. Can you autograph me one, please, Conor?
I think I can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay, there it is. Thank you. If you can look after that for me. And so we have Conor Daly here, who's now autographing cards here at the Ark. And that was great to be able to talk to him. I tell you, I learned things about race driving that I didn't know, and all the preparation they have to do, and making sure they're so physically fit, and how stressful it is when they're driving. And so it's a gift to be able to drive that fast. But it was great having him here. And so while he's signing autographs here at the Ark, hey, Conor, I'll just get you to say goodbye to all of our people on our Facebook here.
Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I appreciate the questions, and come say hi at a race sometime if you want to.
Yeah. So when's your next race?
So our season's over for now, but it's over for the winter because it's getting cold. So
yeah, it's getting cold.
So yeah, we
exactly.
On, right? But we'll start racing up again in March.
In March.
Yep.
Okay, so they can look forward to that. All right, and where can they find out about your schedule?
So our schedule is at IndyCar.com, or if you want to find out more about me, I'm at Conor Daly 22 on Twitter and Instagram, and I have an official Facebook page as well, Conor Daly official page, and ConorDaly.net is my website.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to sign up here. I just mentioned to you, I do have a question. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be here this afternoon, Facebook Live again, 4 o'clock, with Ray Comfort from Living Waters. We're going to walk up the ramp at the front of the Ark, and then we're going to go in to the door on the second deck, and we're going to greet people, and we're getting ready for the premiere of the movie The Atheist Delusion tonight. That'll be on Daystar Television, and that'll be out there challenging the atheists. But still, you have another question, Jeremy?
Okay, so Ron has a question about the next phases for the Ark Encounter, and also how much exhibit space will the Ark Encounter take up in terms of acreage?
Oh, in terms of acreage? Well, we have 800 acres here right now, and we have over 200 that we've already got permits for to develop for future phases. And just over here, well, you see a screen fence over here at the end of the bow of the Ark, and behind that screen fence they're working on an outdoor village right now that should be ready for next year. And then over where the flags are, I don't know if you can see those, probably be pretty hard, but the flags there in the background, over behind there, further over, will be phase 2, where we'll build the walled city. We're going to build a big theatre there, the walled city. Over here to the side of the Ark, at the back side here, where you see that fence, behind there we're going to do a massive zoo expansion and have a lot more animals and have a lot more teaching dealing with the kinds issue, different species within a kind and things like that. That'll happen over the next few years, all of that, but we hope to get the zoo expansion done fairly quickly, and we're going to get the outdoor village completed, ready for next year, and the theatre as soon as we're able to raise the rest of the funds we need for that and build that 1,200 seat theatre with 500 seat overflow there as well. We've got new exhibits that are going in the Ark. In fact, after this weekend we'll be installing our massive exhibit on the third deck and the bow, How Do We Know the Bible's True, and the Doors of Scripture. We're putting in 2 theatres in the stern of the Ark, one to show the movie called The Noah Interview, which is absolutely outstanding, and the other one's going to show As in the Days of Noah. It's really a gospel movie, and I saw the rough cut of that last night. Very, very powerful, and there really is the same quality as Hollywood. So we've got a lot of things happening, a lot of things that are going on.
Cool, thank you very much.
Okay, so we're going to end this Facebook Live here. We see Conor sitting here signing some cards here, and thank him for being here. And again, Conor, let me just say that if they want to follow you, go to Conor Daly.
Conor Daly 22, CONORDALY. My name is easily misspelled, so.
So Conor DALY.
Yep.
And,
22, and then and that's me. Yeah, everywhere.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for being here, and look forward to seeing you all here at the Ark. Actually, I tell you what, October has way exceeded our expectations. Thousands and thousands of people daily. Today, we don't know how many people will be here. Just by the group bookings and the numbers coming in, I know there's well over 2,000 here already today, and whatever it is by midday, it usually the rule is it usually doubles before the end of the day, and so it's probably going to be 6,000-7,000 people or more here today at the Ark Encounter. So come back, keep an eye out, or have your notifications on, or keep an eye on my Facebook. 4 o'clock this afternoon we'll be meeting with Ray Comfort. He's going to come to the Ark for the very first time. He hasn't been here before. Ray Comfort from Living Waters, and then I'm going to walk him up the ramp into the second deck, and we'll meet at the door there of the second deck at 4 o'clock this afternoon, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and we'll sign off right now from the Ark Encounter.